Hello and welcome back. Quite a few people have been wanting to know how to integrate Excel with Microsoft Word. So let's say we have data of this type in our Excel worksheet and we wish to transfer this data to Microsoft Word using Excel VBA. Alright, so you have there actually four situations. First of all, we will assume that we have created a Word document and named it inventory report. Okay. So now when we try to access Microsoft Word might not be open, or Microsoft Word is open but the document inventory report is not open. The third situation might be that the Word document is already open. The final situation you could have is that the Word document you want to open does not exist at all because either somebody has deleted it or renamed it. So keeping these parameters in mind, let's see how we can transfer this data to a Word document called inventory report to create an inventory report. Alright, so we'll go to the developer tab, click on Visual Basic. In the Microsoft Visual Basic for Applications window, we will click on Insert, Module, and here we will write our subroutine or macro. So we'll start with sub and then the name, for example, Activate Word. Okay, Activate Word Transfer Data. Alright, and we press enter. Now the first thing we will do is we will copy this data here from our Excel worksheet that goes from A1 to D4. Alright, so we will write worksheets sheet 1. We are giving the full path dot range. So our range to copy is A1 to D4 dot copy. Alright. Now we'll define a few variables. For example, we will declare the object variables for the Word application and the document. So we will say dim wd app as object, okay, and wd doc as object. So we have defined two object variables. Now we will declare a string variable for our file inventory report that will include the directory name and the folder path. Okay, so we will say dim str doc name as string. Now, as I told you, there are four situations. So if some situation is not met, you will get an error. So we will use the on error resume next statement. Alright, so on error resume next. Now generally if Word is not already open, you get an error number 49. So we'll take care of that. Okay, first we will set our Word app. So we will say set wd app and we will use the get object function. Get object, it takes two parameters. One is the path name, the complete path, and the class, which is Word application, Word dot application, quotes close and quotation close. Okay, so we will now take care of the error. So if error dot number 429, then we'll clear the error. So error dot clear. Okay, and we will create a new instance of the Word application. Alright, so we will say set wd app, and we will assign it the value create object Word dot application. You see, I'm not bothering about the capitalization because VBA does that automatically. Okay, and then we will end the if function. So end if. So why did we do this? Set Word app and then create a Word application. That is done if the Word application is not already open. Okay, now we will ensure that our application, that is the Word application, is visible. So wd app dot visible, we will set that to true. Okay, now we will define our path to the file that I just talked about, which is the str doc name. Okay, so our str doc name, that will be assigned the value, the complete path. So that is our hard disk C. Then it's in a folder called our inventory. I'll show you that in a bit. And our file name is inventory report dash report dot docx. This is the file extension that you use in Excel 2007 onwards. Okay, all right. Now what happens if this file does not exist? We got to find a way. We got to tell the user, well, this file doesn't exist. If it doesn't exist because it's misplaced or deleted or whatever, for whatever reason, but we need to inform the user. Okay, so we will say if dir, that is directory str doc name. So if the file does not exist, that is equal to blank or nothing, then we need to give out a message to the user. So msg box the file and our str doc name. We go to the next line and vbcrlf and was not found, and we go to the next line again so that the message is neat and clear. And we have defined that in the path, hard disk, our inventory, backslash dot, quotation closed, okay, comma, now VB exclamation, comma, then we write the document does not exist. This makes it very clear to the user that the file was not found, and we exit sub. So there's an error here. Let me just correct that. So I forgot to add here an ampersand. Okay, there it is. Alright, so that was the error because that is a concatenate function and we need to do that carefully. Now once that is done, then we exit the sub. If the file is not there, we cannot work further. And because we started with if here, we end the if function. Alright, now we activate our Word application. So wd app dot activate. Okay. Now we set the object variable for the Word document's full name and folder path. So we will say set wd doc wd app dot documents, and we take our full path, so string doc name, okay, and parenthesis closed. Now once we have done that, if this document is not already open, then we need to open it. So we will say if wd doc is nothing, that means it is not open, then set wd doc, and our path is again the same here, so we will just copy this. Okay, so I'll just copy this. So I need to copy this, nothing to worry here. Alright, so copied and pasted instead of writing a long statement. And of course all this code will be available on the website. Now once we open the document, we need to also activate it, because only when we activate it, then we can paste our copied data. So wd doc dot activate, and then wd doc dot range, that is the syntax, paste, and we also save the document. So wd doc dot save, and then we quit our Word application. You need to do all this because otherwise this complete data remains in the clipboard or in the memory and then can create problems when you run the macro again. Okay, now we will release the memory that we have used for our two object variables wd doc and wd app. So we will say set wd doc, we'll assign it the value nothing. So that is our first object variable. The second one, set wd app, and we will set that to nothing also. Alright, So the memory reserved for these two variables will be released. Also, in the very first step, we have copied the data, so you will see that the selection remains. To remove that selection from the Excel worksheet, from that area A1 to D4, we use application dot cut copy, oops, cut copy. So there it is, cut copy mode, and that we set to false. All right. So now, so I have to say false. It just selected automatically. All right. And our code is finished. So now you know what this code is doing. I'm just going to bring it like this so that you can see most of the code. And if you see here, the major part of the code checks actually for situations whether the word is open or not. So if it's not open, we start a new word application instance. And then is the document open or not? So we take care of those things. So most of it takes care of that. And this code will help you in every situation. So next time if you do something, then and you write this code, it will take care of all those things that can go wrong. And these were just two lines of code, the copy range and the paste in the document. Okay. Now before I run this code, I would like to show you my file where, or the folder where the file is created. All right. So I'm going to open that. So there you can see that in the local disk C, I have a folder called our inventory, and that I have here in that the inventory report doc, and it's empty. Okay. All right. So only when that opens, you will be able to copy your data into the right document. So now everything should be fine. Let's save this, run this. All right, and let's have a look at our folder. And so there you can see that in the inventory report you have that data. If I now double click on this, you should be able to see it properly. Okay, so I'm just going to start Word, and you can see here. So there you see is the Word document, and the data has been placed here. Now the main aim of this video was to teach you how to integrate Excel with Word using VBA. Next time we will see how we can transfer data from Word into Excel. Thanks for watching.